trouble already.
Cars around and stacked up into the wall. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Juan Pablo Montoya, and Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, it looked like the 42 might have got into Ricky Stenhouse in that 17 car.
Yeah, it looked like they were funneling down into turn one. Not sure if Ricky came down or whether Juan Pablo went up and got to the left rear, but definitely turned him around.
Yeah, as I watched them fan out and go down, we talked about the start and restart.
Everything's destroyed.
400-mile race that you could show a little bit more patience down into that first 3, 4 wide, at least getting down in here. Let's see if Montoya slips up or if Stenhouse comes down. Yeah. Racing.
We're definitely fighting over real estate.
Yeah, certainly Montoya is not down on the yellow line, but he didn't have any extra room there either. Carrying a lot of speed down in there, even though they're just getting through the gears and up to speed.
Watch how much damage this 17 takes, how quickly.
I think Kenseth's going to have a lot of damage to his left front, which is obviously very critical at these high speeds.
All right, so it's an all-Penske front row, the same as it was in Iowa, but neither of those drivers went to victory lane there. That was James Hinchcliffe. How's it all going to work out over 500 miles? We're about to find out. 4 races to go in the championship. Somebody hit the wall. Spencer Pigot spins.
That was Graham Rahal, I think, on the outside, got into the wall. Pigot gets turned around.
I got a feeling Pigot lost it under power and Graham was avoiding what I saw, but it was a pretty slow start. Oh, he just ran over the back of him and knocked him around.
Absolutely.
So he mistimed that, was going to try to get a good jump and hit the back of Pigot, but that was a really, really slow start, it looked like.
This is what it looked like from Graham Rahal's point of view.
You ready? You ready? Ready?
But you
Get
can,
ready. Get close. Green, 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 green.
you can hear the spotter was just saying, stay ready, 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 and Graham
Graham was
flat gassed it.
Yeah, he was going and nobody was going yet. It was like,
It's 500 miles here at Pocono. Let's get them started.
Green, green, green.
Here they go. 3, 4 wide, just like you said, Walt.
Yep. Now so you got to get through. You want to be down on the bottom, I think, going through one on the first lap. You don't. You certainly don't want to make it 3 wide. But everybody looks like they're behave themselves so far anyway. But you still got to get through 2 and 3 on the first lap.
Ricky Rudd gets the jump. He's the early leader. Oh, trouble! Steve Park is off into the infield. Another car valve over on his lid. It's Parkindale Jr. Terrible crash.
Man, Steve Park's car just turned dead left when he came off turn 2. Junior's running to see his teammate and see if he's okay.
And getting off into that wet grass wasn't going to do anything to slow those cars
Jimmy
down.
Johnson car, and there's Rusty Wallace. You see Park trying to squeeze up the outside.
I see he was trying to go on the outside of Rusty. Rusty moves up, they make contact, and Junior gets under the one car and just kind of bulldozed him into the wall and over.
Yeah, that's what actually turned him even more sideways. But I'll tell you what, that guardrail did the job.
Oh, it did a great
Took
job.
a lot of that absorbed a lot of impact right there.
Watch the yellow car back there just turn left.
And when you hit wet grass, it feels like you pick up 200 mile an hour.
But you can see how that barrier gave way when
Absolutely,
that car got into it.
that barrier absorbed a lot of energy, and I'll tell you what, that nice to see happen, because if that were a concrete wall, he would have taken a much harder hit.
One more shot. Rusty's right in the middle of the racetrack. Steve Park's going down the outside, but Rusty decides to come up to the outside line, not realizing that Steve was there. They made contact, and the ride is on.
Look at that barrier give. Thank goodness.
But again, that's one reason that Steve was able to walk away arm in arm with Dale Earnhardt Jr. because of that wall that did give.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
And you know, the spotters on the roof here at Pocono are a long way away from where Rusty Wallace and Steve Park.
Ricardo, Bottas has lost 4 places already as they file their way through, and Lance Stroll going off the track already, and that is that damage for Lando Norris. That's certainly damage, and a big fire there as they exited out.
beautiful weather here recently. It is again an all-Team Penske front row. Will Power on the pole. Championship contender and challenger Joseph Newgarden on the outside. Remember the festival curves. IndyCar racing is back in the Pacific Northwest. Great start, Alexander Rossi. He's already up to second. Here comes Hunter Ray in the yellow car. So the Andretti boys are trying to get through. Will everybody get through is the question to be answered.
What a jump by Power. Pagano having trouble in the back. Guys are bailing through the chicane. Where will they come out?
Oh, no!
Dixon. That's no good.
Dixon's in the middle of that.
Car upside down. Andretti, I think.
Scott Dixon is in the middle of that mess. No, it's not. It's Ed Jones. No, Dixon is. He's off to the side. Oh, no.
That car that came, I think, filing out of the chicane where he took the bail off caused that a stack up on everybody. We'll get an overhead view of that again, and a good view, but I think the cars that took the bailout, Townsend, just came out into traffic.
Ability to continue. You see several cars take the exit. Dixon's on the outside in the back there, nowhere to go.
Oh. Andretti went right over the top of James Hinchcliffe.
I want to see how this started, Paul.
Yeah, I think Hinchcliffe lost it in front of the field. He got loose coming out of that kink and lost it, and then everybody just piled right into the back of him. It's single lane as you come out. But look at this. Here's an in-car. We'll get a good view here.
On board Dixon.
Comes out on the power. Can't even see so much. How does he not hit anybody?
Unbelievable.
Green flags in the air.
A great start for Denny Hamlin. Now he will proceed to block. He will get in front of whichever line he thinks is going to move the fastest and try to stay up front and dictate what's going to happen with this race. You're also going to hear side drafting is already.
Christopher Bell. I believe it's Christopher Bell.
Yeah, sure enough. Bell around in the back of the pack. The 8 also involved. And they're sliding down the banking. Caution has come out on lap 1.
Like Christopher might have had a left rear tire go down.
Yeah, for the right rear.
The right rear.
Wow. Tyler Reddick in the 8 also involved. We saw him slow.
There it is. That's actually the left rear tire, at least one's flat. So that's just no practice and probably having.
Killed. I can't even drive straight here.
I think they're both flat, aren't they, Junior?
Well, I think the left rear is the one that went first, but that's just no practice, tire rubs, things like that they can't see and understand. You know, there's going to be some gremlins on these cars that
just have to wonder if that left rear was rubbing
contact with the 8.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick, no place to go.
Tyler Reddick's day, that was big impact for him as well. What a disappointing start of this race for those two drivers.
Riding on the Coca-Cola can, Bubba Wallace.
Corner 47. Clear down if you want
He gets into the back of the car in front of him.
Easy. Stop. Get up. Watch him coming up. Keep coming. All right.
Dirt track in that car, that dirt track experience probably helped him right there